I let a homeless person crash at my dad's shed when I was 6. So when I was 6 and my cousin Jay was 14, we were bored of usual backyard and indoor activities and wanted to explore, but not go anywhere too far. So we decided to go look around my dad's shed. He used to always be in there fixing stuff, but at this point in the story, it had been 2 years since he gone in there. For a good hour or two, we were exploring and playing and tinkering with anything we could find. We found homeless man that was maybe 30 or 40 something sleeping in one of my dad's very old cars. I was a little scared and clung to my cousin, but he just nudged him awake and attempted to make conversation. His name was Clint, and he was actually very friendly. Called my cousin stupid for not telling my dad, but he said he had friends and their relative become homeless and he was sympathetic, so he chose not to say a word to my dad. A little messed up because my cousin was just staying here a few weeks and then he was gone. I stayed up and went into the shed every few days to cuddle while talking to Clement. He didn't scare me. All he did was sit there in the car and talk to me and tell me stories. I was just a kid and maybe too scared to get caught, so I never get him food from the house. How on earth was he being fed? I don't know. This went on for 5 or 6 months, and then one day I went in the shed and he wasn't there anymore. I cried. I was so upset. I never told my dad, so I couldn't just make this story up now. And my cousin was in another state. I felt so alone. I miss him. I was worried for him. I think this was the earliest in my life I truly worried about someone like that. Saw a post earlier about someone doing something similar, and it reminded me of this experience. First thing is, it's truly remarkable that such a young kid, a young soul at 60 years old, shows so much compassion and empathy toward another human, right? If an adult, kind of just like a 20-year-old adult or something, saw him sleeping in the car, of course the usual reaction is, hey, why are you sleeping here? This is my property. This is just totally justified. It's your property. But in a 6-year-old mind, that person, Clint, he was homeless. He needed help. He desperately needed help, and he needed some place to sleep. And he wasn't really bothering anyone, wasn't really causing any trouble. He tried to keep everything clean in the truck, and the OP, 6-year-old OP, never really bothered him either. Just went with him and talked to him about life, talked to him about stories, talked to him about his happiness. I bet Clint really had that memory deep down with him whenever he goes, right? Whenever he feels sad, he knows deep down there's someone that truly cares about him, talk to him about anything, and make him feel less lonely in the world. I feel like Clint, he was probably in the bottom of his, he was probably hit rock bottom, right? Don't have anyone taking care of him, anybody care for him, and he needed food or he needed a place to sleep. That's why he there's no way to go but to sleep in someone's car. And you gotta admit, sleeping in the car is not the most comfortable, right? Because your leg gotta be always folded, and you can't really stretch your legs, and there's no insulation. So when it's hot, it's really, really hot. When it gets cold, it's really, really cold. So not the most comfortable, but it's better than sleeping on the ground in the street. If you sleep on the ground in the street, right, it's hard rock, hard concrete floor. You don't want that. So Clint was able to find a place that can have a roof on his head when it rains. He doesn't get rain on when there's wind. At least there's a concrete wall or a wall to block the wind. But I kind of curious, where did he go after that? Did he find someone that like a family relative that was willing to help him? So Clint was able to leave the place. But if I was Clint, I would have just left a note to the kid, right? Because the kid OP, he was 6 years old and he was really worried about Clint for that moment. I would write where I went. If it's something good, like, hey, little kid, thank you for talking to me. You made me feel like the most important person in the world. I really enjoyed talking to you, but I didn't find a place for me to live and a bit more comfortable, and I really enjoyed my time with you. You know, the OP would have been, the 6-year-old OP would have been really happy to hear that, like hearing what happened, because OP obviously was very worried about Clint. He was 6 years old and he just basically so like that friendship connection. It's like one of his best friends moved to a different state and he will never see him again. And Clint was, I can tell Clint was the guy that was willing to spend time talking to the kid, spend the time talking about stories, spend time talking about life, and was willing to spend his time with the kid, So I bet Clint was a decent guy, but he maybe made some not so great choices. You don't know what happened. Had a lot of debt. Okay, got kicked out of an apartment, or can't find a job. Got kicked out of an apartment, or medical reasons. Maybe Clint's family, or he had medical bills that he cannot afford, and then got kicked out of an apartment. There's a lot of things that could get you in the homeless, and it's very sad, right? And I'm glad that OP was able to be a candle of light in the vast amount of darkness in Clint's life. I bet Clint was really sad, hit rock bottom, like I said before, and really needed someone to lift him. And I feel like the OP really could have saved Clint's life. Clint was sad, but every time Clint think about OP, the 6-year-old little buddy, he feel happy. He feel like he can save the world. And I'm glad that maybe he really found something. Really find a better place to live. And I feel like Clint could maybe be a happier place because of the OP, 6-year-old OP. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below what you guys think of the story. And my name is Kelvin, and I see you guys in the next one.